So the question is, how can you manage somebody who's shifting moods, especially when they're just recovering from a pregnancy and there's a child present and that kind of thing?
Exactly. New life in themselves, and there's change everywhere.
Give me some of the story. Explain what it looks like.
I'm just I like things to be very patterned and regimented. It's what I grew up with. So if things are consistent and always consistent, I feel like they're good. And that's like a default that I need to probably shake out of. And my girlfriend goes, there's a lot of changes in our life. But in addition, she likes variety. Sometimes she wants to stay at home and have just solitude. And sometimes she wants to go on adventures. And sometimes she wants to meet people, right? And they change not, on any particular schedule. So I just want to get some idea on how I can just be more flexible, be more ready, or kind of, I guess, schedule the variety, if that makes sense. So that I can feel calm, because again, it's not a bad thing, and I want to move with her and have her be happy. But it rattles me when I'm like, hey, we're going around this path and everything's smooth, and then 2 days later, it's like we've been doing this for a whole 3 days, and I'm bored and sick of it, or vice versa. Or we've been traveling forever. We've been traveling, doing cool stuff for months, and we never have any quality time. I'm like, we've been to 4 countries. In a week, we've had the most epic people killed for this life. And it's like, no, we're not spending time together. I'm like, and I just want to be more flexible and more receptive to her needs, and just, also know that, I'm not doing bad as a boyfriend at the same time.
So I love that you're outlining this, and I think a lot of couples go through these kind of issues. The first thing to do is to realize that in a relationship, most of the time, the guy is kind of like the rock. And that's their job. Their job is to be, there's this great quote, which is the guy's job is to be the rock that the ocean crashes against repeatedly and doesn't move, right? And taking that concept, that I think, although it's a great phrase, I think it misses something really important. I actually think a guy needs to be like water. And so I'm going to shift it back, and I'm going to say, actually, it's a bit better if we use a Bruce Lee quote. And you want to be like water, because water fills any container it goes into. Right. It can flow, it can crash, it can rage, it can trickle. It can be anything it needs to be when it needs to be it. And actually, I think that when it comes to dating, rather than being a rock, I think maybe an emotional rock, but when it comes to actually who we are in a relationship, a fluid persona does so much better. That's exactly it. Right.
That makes sense. Right.
So becoming that fluid persona, when you're someone who's so structured, it's all about, actually you said it perfectly, which is scheduling the fluidity. So what I would do is I would work out a schedule that works for you that fits with her variety. Because it's not that she's randomly changing her mood, she just wants variety. She wants to sit indoors, and then when she gets bored of sitting indoors, she wants to go out. And then when she goes out, she wants to sit indoors again. That's the cycle. Right. She wants to go on some epic adventures, but not for too long. Right. Maybe not change it up too much. And you can get a feel for what her natural pattern is. And just based on talking to you, you said it a few times, it sounds like 3 days is the pattern. It sounds like that she can sit indoors for 3 days and do nothing, and then she's going to need to do something. Right. And then after she does something, she's going to need to do that for about 3 days. And probably just one thing, not a cycle of 4 things. And then she's going to want to go back and do nothing for 3 days. So if I were in your position, I would be moving on a 3-day, 4-day cycle. And I know in your life this is something you can do. So I'd build that up. And I'd be like, you know what? We're going to do Monday through Thursday, we're going to stay indoors and we're going to relax at home. Or actually, for your life, it's probably better if you do it the other way around. It's probably better if Monday through Thursday is your travel time, because it'll be cheaper and easier, and because you've got flexibility in what you do. But your Friday through Sunday, you're always going to be home. You're always going to be here. And what's cool about this is by having that kind of schedule, you can even map it with longer trips, because you can say, okay, well, we're going to leave on Monday. Monday through Thursday, we're going to do the travel-y, touristy bit. But then we're going to stay in the location Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and have a relaxing vacation. Wow. And then on Monday, we'll travel again to the new location, and then we'll have a couple of days of travel, and then we're going to relax for a bit, and we're going to sit on the beach. And I would structure everything out in this natural flow that feels really easy for her, where you've got that cool variety, but you've also got the steadiness as well.
Right.
And by balancing that, you should be able to match it so that she always feels content, but you've got a clear structure. You know, next Monday we're traveling because on Monday we travel, right? That's just what we do. Yeah. And maybe the travel is just, we go to this like local spot. Maybe it's not that we go anywhere too crazy. Right. But by having that fluidity you match with the schedule, everything's gonna be great. I like to call it scheduled spontaneity. So it's where, and I've got this right now, where I try to make sure that once a quarter, we travel somewhere and do something epic. And that's something really important because, you know, my girlfriend said to me, hey, I need to travel with you more often. We don't travel enough. And so when we first got together, I said, don't worry about it. We're going to end up traveling a lot. I travel a lot. And so I've got it to a point where now I try to make sure that every quarter there is some kind of cool traveling thing that we do. But I've also learned that when we go and travel, she's not as adventurous as she led me to believe initially, which is a good thing because I don't like constant go, 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 go. I like experiencing new cultures. Yes. And I like to experience it as a local. So I like to travel there and then sit there for a while and find a cool local spot and find places where I like to hang out and build like a little mini routine that I enjoy. And that gives me that, that solid element that I need with scheduled spontaneity. So we are gonna randomly go somewhere, but it will be somewhat scheduled. And you know, we do this cruise every year when we invite our top clients to come with us on a cruise ship. And we know we're gonna do a cruise every year, but we don't know where, we don't know when. But every year we do it, and that's because we book it on the cruise. So the one thing we're gonna do is before we get off the cruise ship, we will all book another cruise. And we do this time and time again, which gives us that scheduled spontaneity. So is that?
Great. Yeah, I love how you pulled out the schedule just from my anecdotes.
It's so important because that's what you need. You need the set schedule, she needs variety. So you just gotta schedule variety. And as long as you do that, no problem.
That's huge.
Yeah, cool, does that help?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.